Okay, we're back. This time we are looking at the impedance channel and how we can use this tool to take a look at ventilations and periods where there are no ventilations, specifically during rapid sequence induction. Here at HCFR, and as far as I know, I think we were or are the first system in the country to use this technology to look at periods when we're not ventilating our patient. We call that the Apneic window. Throughout my career, this is what I've been accustomed to when I look at an EKG strip. It's static. It shows me the P wave, the QRS complex, the T wave. It shows me the internal electrical components of the heart. But when I overlay the impedance channel, you can see that green line, bloop. See that? That's a ventilation. That's chest wall movement with the chest rising. Here again in a still shot coming off the isoelectric line, you can see this is a bag valve mask ventilation, probably in the neighborhood of 500 mLs. So as a core measurement here at Hillsborough County Fire Rescue, we measure that time when we are not ventilating. And again, we call that the apneic window between the last breath or ventilation and the first ventilation that we provide for the patient. So when you review your impedance channel data, you're going to look at the period between your last breath or ventilation and the first ventilation you provide for the patient, with the goal being that that window is less than 30 seconds. So how do you succeed at this in the real world and keep this core measurement to under 30 seconds? Obviously, you've got to review your calls. Here in this case, this is a real rapid sequence induction. That's the patient's last breath that he or she took. The actual breath itself is not as pretty and symmetrical as a bag valve mask. That's a tired, fatigued patient that's undergoing paralysis. So from that patient's last tired breath, we are going to measure the last breath or ventilation through the paralysis period to the time we see the first ventilation. Here, looking at the line, all of a sudden you see a pop there at the end. So looking at the morphology, this is the patient's last tired breath before paralysis. Now you can see the symmetrical bag valve mask ventilation. Last tired breath, bag valve mask. And the period between that last ventilation or breath and that first ventilation, that is your apneic window. Obviously, we've come a long way from the days of static EKG strips, and it's going to take some time and practice on your part to become proficient at this. But when you look at the intel that the impedance channel will deliver to you, both from a quality assurance standpoint and also from a protective standpoint, it's even better than end-tidal CO2 in many respects because it shows that chest wall movement. When you hand that patient off at the ER, you can show chest wall movement right up until the time that you power off your monitor. The old saying goes, perfect practice makes perfect. Thanks for tuning into this edition from the Training Division. Remember, here at Hillsborough County Fire Rescue, every day is a training day.